The text appears to be an amalgamation of conspiracy theories, unverifiable claims, sensationalist language, and fragmented
and things like that. Lots of weird things happen to kids all the time, all around the world, every day. You know, I have something to show for it.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
And they are
And they do not want me saying what I'm saying right now.
Are you saying that they're pedophiles?
Yes.
topics. It blends references to Hollywood, alleged exploitation of child actors, and unrelated
Lots of weird things happen to kids all the time, all around the world, every day. You know, I have something to show for it.
matters like prison conditions and lawsuits against celebrities. Here's a breakdown of issues and suggestions for improvement. Disjointed narrative. The passage lacks focus and coherence, jumping between unrelated subjects, such as Macaulay Culkin's allegations, conspiracy theories, prison conditions, and Diddy's legal issues. Consider restructuring to focus on one topic at a time. Sensationalism and misinformation. Claims like Hollywood executives are bloodthirsty Satanists and references to child abuse rituals.
Things happen to kids.
Yeah, man,
but
I
I got some money out of it.
Look, I'm not working like the diamond mines. I'm not a child soldier. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I came out the other end. Something to show for it. The food sucks, the wine's terrible, and the women are ugly. But otherwise, it's fantastic. Yeah. No, it's like it was an agreeable lifestyle. I had a bunch of friends out there. They were always asking me, when are you going to move to Paris and when?
Lack credible sources. These allegations appear to stem from conspiracy theories propagated by unreliable sites. Highlight factual information and avoid perpetuating misinformation.
Diddy was, he had sued the liquor company. I forget the name. It was a hard name for me to pronounce, but he pretty much won the lawsuit. But you know, it was explained that in these lawsuits or in these, there's a morality clause. Do you think that his battle against this liquor company could have been what set this off actually, or was this only inevitable?
Well, you gotta look at it. We all thought he owned Ciroc.
For sure.
He felt like eventually he would be able to get some ownership stake. He didn't. And these issues really started for him once he went after them. Because shortly thereafter, he sold Revolt TV. And anybody who follows him, Revolt TV was his baby. He worked hard on that.
Facts.
So once that was sold, I knew the end was near at that point. Because, you know, just like Gucci Mane, when he went to jail, he passed his artist contracts off to people who can hold them and fulfill the details while he was gone. That's what they do. They pass it off to people who can put it in a shell corporation. Because you can have a corporation that have an anonymous owner. So once I seen Revolt get sold, I knew the end. I knew there was going to be a tumultuous path for him for sure.
Did you feel like it was Diddy's, or do you feel like he was careless towards leading up to this? Like, just I know you had mentioned him, just the way he's moving. You know, he's even him coming to New York, lollipops. Do you feel like he was moving like very careless to where like that's why you don't have a bond? That's why, you know, you weren't strategic enough in this whole thing.
Absolutely, because the agreement was that as long as his private jet wasn't in the same state as him, he would be able to stay on the street. The moment that jet came to New York, he got arrested. And then you got to think about it, like, they got him on audio calling witnesses, trying to get them to change the story. That's extremely careless.
Yes.
It's almost as if he was used to having someone protecting him.
They say he's snitching on Jay-Z. Is that a real thing?
You don't want to say Jay-Z on here, bro. Out of respect to y'all, you don't want to say his name on
So
here.
that's good.
For sure.
All right, so we're gonna
Grammar and style. Spelling errors. Colon instead of Culkin. Sensorized instead of sensationalized. Run-on sentences and awkward phrasing diminish readability. Use shorter, clearer sentences. Inconsistent tone oscillates between sensationalism and attempts at seriousness. Aim for a neutral, professional tone. Verification and fact-checking. Verify controversial claims with reliable sources before including them. Avoid referencing dubious outlets like Your Newswire or Neon Nettle. Avoid unsupported allegations about figures like Oprah Winfrey or institutions like Hollywood. Relevance.
You differently?
Yeah. I'm always treated differently.
Yeah.
Whether I like it or not.
A passage combines unrelated topics. Altkin's allegations and Diddy's case. Separate them into distinct sections if they must be addressed together. Improved structure and content. Here's a more focused and fact-checked approach. Macaulay Culkin and Hollywood allegations. Macaulay Culkin, known for his iconic role in Home Alone, has occasionally commented on the pressures of being a child star. However, widely circulated claims about him exposing satanic rituals in Hollywood come from unreliable sources like Your Newswire and News Punch, both known for spreading conspiracy theories. Investigations by reputable fact-checkers such as Snopes have debunked these stories as fabricated. While issues like exploitation in the entertainment industry are real and have been discussed by former child stars like Elijah Wood, linking them to baseless satanic rituals detracts from addressing genuine concerns. Broader issues of exploitation in Hollywood. The entertainment industry has faced legitimate criticism for failing to protect vulnerable individuals, especially child actors. High-profitable cases like those involving Harvey Weinstein have brought systemic abuse to light. Advocacy groups continue to push for reforms to ensure accountability and safety. Unrelated claims about Diddy and prison conditions. Unsubstantiated links to Diddy's legal issues and prison conditions dilute the main narrative. Address these topics separately with accurate reporting if relevant. The text appears to be an amalgamation of conspiracy theories, unverifiable claims, sensationalist language, and fragmented topics. It blends references to Hollywood, alleged exploitation of child actors, and unrelated matters like prison conditions and lawsuits against celebrities. Here's a breakdown of issues and suggestions for improvement. Disjointed narrative. The passage lacks focus and coherence, jumping between unrelated subjects, such as Macaulay Culkin's allegations, conspiracy theories, prison conditions, and Diddy's legal issues. Consider restructuring to focus on one topic at a time. Sensationalism and misinformation. Claims like Hollywood executives are bloodthirsty Satanists and references to child abuse.
The Wu-Tang Clan.
Touring with Killer Priest and the Wu-Tang. And also there's another group called Moon Crickets in Canada. It was great. It was wild because I had never seen, I used to sing in a band for myself, but it was like a jazz rock band.
Yes.
We opened for No Doubt. This is before No Doubt was ever famous.
Oh, wow.
In Southern California, but I digress. So I was doing that. I've seen that. But the hip hop crowd, they got a lot of love and they show so much support. They are really a great diehard crowd. So it was awesome. It was a great experience.
Being in that, do you believe in Illuminati? Just being in...
Do I believe in them? I thought that came out that they're real, y'all.
Yeah.
I believe in the Illuminati. No, I mean, I have some stories. We maybe should have started out with the stories. When I was modeling in Europe, I went to a couple... I saw some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I've heard some crazy parties.
I've been to Puffy's white parties.
What happens at Puffy's?
I don't want Puffy to listen.
What happens at Puffy's white parties that
I'm not going to talk about Puffy right now. No, what do you want to ask? Maybe I can answer it.
Yeah. So my question is, are there back rooms to back rooms?
Oh, there's always back rooms. Yeah, that's real.
Is it free access to women to get into these back rooms if you choose?
Abuse rituals lack credible sources. These allegations appear to stem from conspiracy theories propagated by unreliable sites. Highlight factual information and avoid perpetuating misinformation. Grammar and style. Spelling errors. Cullen instead of Culkin. sensorized instead of sensationalized. Run-on sentences and awkward phrasing diminish readability. Use shorter, clearer sentences. Inconsistent tone oscillates between sensationalism and attempts at seriousness. Aim for a neutral, professional tone. Verification and fact-checking. Verify controversial claims with reliable sources before including them. Avoid referencing dubious outlets like Your Newswire or Neon Nettle. Avoid unsupported allegations about figures like Oprah Winfrey or institutions like Hollywood. Relevance. The passage combines unrelated topics, Culkin's allegations and Diddy's case. Separate them into distinct sections if they must be addressed together. Improved structure and content. Here's a more focused and fact-checked approach. Macaulay Culkin and Hollywood allegations. Macaulay Culkin, known for his iconic role in...
Shout out to you for being alive still and not being afraid to talk. You gave me the strength to talk because when I first got the strength to put my story out there, everybody was like, you can't say nothing. You gonna mess up your lawsuit. You gonna do this, you gonna do that. And I'm saying, well, I'm filing my lawsuit for justice. Like, it is about the money so I can, set my son up and I can get into counseling and, do all the things I need to do because I can't work a job. I want to be financially straight. But besides all that, I want to work with Jaguar, right? I want to go around and speak at certain things I want to tell Jaguar, like in face-to-face, I get the opportunity. And man, thank you for speaking on me. That was funny, that comment you made about the pardon and all that. Like, I put it out there on purpose so he can't do that. That was the strategy of mine because I talk about it now. If he try to do it, it's going to look a certain way. So when you said that, like, he ain't going down with the dead, I'm like, yeah, see, my strategy is working.
Do you think Justin Bieber will eventually speak out about what happened? Because he looks
traumatized. He has to. He has. He's a father now. You think he would take his kid over there? Even Usher said he wouldn't take his kid over there. So why you take Justin over there? Why? What did he promise you? What extra did he promise you for you to take that boy over there at the time, knowing what he was going to do to him? What did he promise you? And then did you receive it? Because you sold your soul when you did that. I don't know if you can get it back, Usher. What's that song you got out? Shit. Your confessions and burn. You gonna let it burn, all right.
A lot of people are
God
asking.
didn't like that. God did not like that from Usher to take Justin over there. Because now it's nothing that Justin can ever do to get his innocence back in that way. He stole so much from him when he took him over there, knowing what was going to happen to him. He wrong for that. Hey, Justin, I want to work with you, though. If we can meet up. Like, I understand your pain. And my homegirl trying to get in contact with you because she was there with you in the room. So you want to talk to her, she got you. It's topical. He can rub it on you or you can ingest it. And all of a sudden you become a zombie. Like, your eyes are open, you're talking, but you're not there. The demons have jumped into your body and you're like a robot and they're just controlling you. He can tell you to go kill somebody and you do it. If you're a heterosexual straight man, he tell you.
Home Alone has occasionally commented on the pressures of being a child star. However, widely circulated claims about him exposing satanic rituals in Hollywood come from unreliable sources like Your Newswire and News Punch, both known for spreading conspiracy theories. Investigations by reputable fact-checkers such as Snopes have debunked these stories as fabricated. While issues like exploitation in the entertainment industry are real and have been discussed by former child stars like Elijah Wood, linking them to baseless satanic rituals detracts from addressing genuine concerns.
And I'm like, I had to call Gene because for us, we get a lot of flack for just telling the truth. And the truth is the only thing I would say that we're doing is just being accountable for what we saw and being accountable for the hell it started. You know, what a lot of people don't realize is right now in this moment, everybody's looking at, oh, well, if Diddy's is bad, what about this person? What about that person? And people love tying people's names into things without really thinking about it. And Luther Campbell has some interesting things to say about former bad boy security. So I want to say it right now with this man present. If he was not there, I can only imagine how much worse things would have been and could have gotten.
Right.
This is the man.
And like I told these guys now, people who commit crimes with criminals.
Yeah, they do.
I ain't never been no criminal.
No.
And I'm never gonna let anybody get harmed. I'm always intersected. I'm 10 steps in front of you before it happens.
But this the other thing.
No, sing my song.
I'm gonna sing it, but I want to say this, and then I'm gonna sing it. In positions that we've been in, and the people that we've been around, you had it made. So did I. There was a disagreement in the way things were going. You went your own way.
Right.
I went my own way. If it was really, if we were terrible people, you don't walk away. You stay. It was made. You were the man of all, period. Imagine, as he went on.
Concerns. Broader issues of exploitation in Hollywood. The entertainment industry has faced legitimate criticism for failing to protect vulnerable individuals, especially child actors.
Steve Rifkin's house, it wasn't Diddy's house.
Okay.
But all the freak-off alleged participants was there. You know what I'm saying? All the alleged undercover home niggas and women were there. You know what I'm saying? So he felt at home to make that move.
Do you feel like Ja Rule was part of that? Do you personally know Ja Rule?
Yeah, I know Ja.
Do you feel like he on that type of time?
I never seen him do anything for me to say that he's on that type of time.
Okay, got you. Yeah, Ja Rule seemed cool, man. I had him on the show and all that, man. But when that news came out, I'm like, damn, bro. I hope the homie ain't switch sides on us or nothing.
Well, what news?
What's that?
What news are you referring to?
Well, basically, those claims that Gene Deal put out there, man, about them being in the room together.
Oh, come on! When Gene Deal was guarding the freak door.
Exactly.
And Ja cousin tried to come and go in, and he's like, "Nah, nigga, it's the freak door. You can't go in." You heard him say, "There's some real freaky shit going on there." But just because Ja Diddy. Because I think they said Ja Diddy and 2 chicks was in the room. You know what I'm saying? So that they could have just been, I don't know what they could have been doing, but he didn't insinuate that Diddy and Ja was doing anything. He kind of made it seem like they was in there popping off with some chicks.
Okay.
So I'm not going to try to throw Ja in that mix. Now, if it was all niggas in there, then you know what I'm saying. But for me, I'm gonna give Ja the benefit of the doubt because he said it was. They asked him. I think he named who was in there, but I just can't remember. But I know it was like 2 women. It wasn't a bunch of dudes.
Like the part that's a lot of people are leaving out that it was 2 women in there. It wasn't just them 2 in there.
Yeah.
Doing strange things. You mentioned in one of your interviews that you feel like your career was kind of hindered because you didn't give in to zesty activities.
That's a fact.
Were you being pressured by like higher ups to kind of, do weird things, or why do you feel that way?
High profitable cases like those involving Harvey Weinstein have brought systemic abuse to light. Advocacy groups continue to push for reforms to ensure accountability and safety. Unrelated claims about Diddy and prison conditions.
So you said that Denzel Washington wasn't down with the program, the Diddy program.
Well, no. My friend had to do a number 2, and she was on stage, and he wouldn't let her be relieved, and so she ended up doing it on stage in front of everybody, and it was a wet one. And it went everywhere. It was so nasty. And Denzel was disgusted. He grabbed his wife and was like, "You don't respect nobody," and ran up out of there.
Did you see people react like that a lot, or were most people going with the flow?
It was so much going on. The people that noticed reacted, but it was just so much going on. If you weren't right there in that vicinity, you didn't even know. It was too much going on. But Yeah, everybody, and everybody was just walking around zombied out. Like after a certain time, when you would make the announcement, if you don't, the regular party's over. If you don't want to participate in what goes on after, it's just interesting. I just want to bring up Justin Bieber for a second. Shout out to Justin Bieber, man. I'm a Justin Bieber fan. I want to work with him. Man, I have such empathy for you. You are a strong person, Justin. Shout out to you in your heart. You sing when I hear the pain. Now when I listen to your music, I hear the pain in your voice, Justin. All you wanted to do was sing. Your mother caught you playing your guitar, singing, and thought, let me help my son out. Let me focus on with God, let me nurture this talent. And she thought she was doing the right thing by taking that video to Scooter Braun. And I'm sure Scooter Braun probably thought he was doing the right thing taking to Usher. But Usher, why you do him like that? You need to get slapped or something, Usher. You knew what Diddy was going to do to him. What'd you get by taking him over there? And then you had the nerve, he signed to you? Are you Diddy number 2, 3, 4, Usher? Running around here. I mean, this is ridiculous, y'all. Hey, I'm on a live, y'all. Stop calling me when I'm on a live. That's disrespectful. I'm on live. Stop calling me.
Jaguar Wright is watching. She's in the chat.
Hi, Jaguar. I love you. Oh, I love if I can work with her. She sings so good. When she
Purple Rain. Purple Rain.
Tell him to stop. He keep calling. He called 5 times. I don't even know what did. Man, he gonna make me talk mess. Tell him to stop. That's ridiculous. Hey, Jaguar. Yeah, I just want to say, man, your voice is amazing. Your strength is amazing.
It should be a harsh penalty because people are doing any and everything to be relevant, even at the expense of others' reputations and livelihoods, and that's just not fair. You can really damage someone financially. You could even drive them to suicide because the world is an evil place now. So I feel like if you do something like that, I feel like harsh consequences should take place. I really believe that.
Lab, let me get your thoughts on that, because I know we've even had conversations when you've been in studio where people are on your social media saying things and that they see one thing and they run with it. What are your thoughts? Do you think there needs to be a real penalty for people that spread misinformation?
100%, especially when you say and spread things that potentially could damage people's brand. Because the thing about the internet is once it's out there, it's out there. And there's no way of pulling it back now. Back in the days, a newspaper could retract a story and you never saw or heard that story again. But once somebody posts something on the internet, y'all know, we know people screenshot it, other people repost it. And so it will live on forever. And then some Steve said, the mental piece of it. Justin Bieber had a whole mental breakdown.
Several.
About how the industry was treating him and all this stuff right here. Can you imagine if these tapes truly exist? The problem, these people don't care about none of that. They just want clout. First one to post it. They just want to get the clicks and the views, and they don't care about the fallout and the ramifications for this. So I think, hell yeah, there should be stiff penalties. If this tape is released, and they can prove who released this tape, they need to go to jail. If Justin Bieber does something to himself, I think they need to go to jail for that.
Held accountable. And I want to add this too, Symphony. I also
You know what?
But it was a chick versus church, so we okay with that. She was doing a little Winnie the Pooh type action, so we good.
Lab, let me ask you this, because Lab, like I said, we've had those conversations in studio where, and what I really love and appreciate, you always do your research. Every time we talk about a topic, you're like, hey, that's cool, that's an opinion, that's something that you heard from another celebrity or another source, but it's not credit, and you're always going to find that source. I think information like this can be so detrimental to our community, right? Because you have older people.